Hello, Gene Schwimmer here. Welcome to the latest vlog in my exciting cooking channel for people who hate to cook, probably don't know how to cook, that's my situation, but who, like me, feel that they have to cook because they don't want to spend all their money in restaurants. Plus, I get tired of eating the same Chinese takeout every night. So I just look for recipes that don't have too many ingredients that I hopefully won't screw up. Sometimes I make up my own recipes. Today I am making an Israeli hot dog. I'll tell you right off, there has never been an Israeli hot dog. I invented it. I invented an Israeli hot dog. You could almost call it a Middle East hot dog, but it's an Israeli hot dog. If you're Israeli and you're watching this, this is your chance to get in on the ground floor to create an Israeli hot dog. You can get hot dogs in Israel, but they're your usual hot dogs in a bun. They look like American hot dogs. But this is an Israeli hot dog. What makes an Israeli hot dog? It's basically a falafel sandwich with hot dogs. I hope everybody knows what a falafel is by now, a falafel sandwich. It's pita bread with part of it cut off and it's opened up. It's like an envelope, and then you stuff the falafel balls into it, which are deep fried chickpea balls, and you throw in some other ingredients like salad and tomatoes, and you have hummus and tahini sauce. That's what I'm going to make today. You know what the heck, I'll tell you a little story. I went to Israel when I was about 15 years old. This was 1968, just a year after the 67 Six-Day War. I tried for the first time in Israel something called falafel. I came back, told everybody about it, all my classmates in school about falafel. They thought I was crazy. I kept talking about falafel. No one had ever heard of it. I said, somebody ought to really start selling this in the United States. It would probably sell really well, be really popular. And, well, voila, since then it is popular. I wish I had thought of, well, if I had been a little older, I could have started my own falafel stand. Who knows where I would be by now. Anyways, on to the recipe. Enough about me. Here's what we're going to need to make the, well, I was going to say my version, but I guess it's the only version because it's a new invention. So here's how we're going to make our Israeli hot dogs today. So the first thing we're going to need, obviously, is hot dogs. I will be using these little cocktail hot dogs because I happen to have them. If you don't have them, you can just get regular hot dogs and just cut them into pieces, cook them, cut them into pieces, or cut them into pieces and cook them. It's really up to you. The options are, well, I was going to say limitless, but there's really only two options. Cook them and cut them up, or cut them up and then cook them. Anyways, you're going to need hot dogs. I will be using these today. And what else do we need? Well, we need pita bread. So here is the pita bread, and this is what we will be stuffing in, or stuffing the hot dogs into, this pita bread. We will also need, we're going to need green pepper and cucumbers and chopped onions. Now, I'm going to be chopping these up for you. I'm not chopping the onions for you because I already happen to have these. I chopped up some onions to put in my chili. I love chili with chopped onions in it. So I have some left over, so that's what we'll be using here. But if you want to see the chopping process, I will be chopping these up with you. It's important to use the Persian cucumbers because the Persian cucumbers, or there are these English cucumbers, but they're about this big, so you better want a lot of Israeli salad. That's what we're making, an Israeli salad to go into the Israeli hot dog. We'll go into more detail in a moment, but you want to use the Persian cucumbers because they have very thin skin and they have very tiny seeds, so you don't have to peel them and you don't have to de-seed them or do anything fancy. That's what they do in Israel. They just chop them up, and that's what I'm going to do. So that's what you're going to need. We're going to need hummus. We're going to need, what else here? Oh, tahini sauce. So here is the tahini. Now someday I'll show you how to make this. I'll put a recipe in the description how to make the tahini sauce. Maybe I'll make it for you someday. I'm not doing it today because I already have this tahini sauce. I want to use it up. I've got a whole bunch of this stuff actually. I got another jar of it in the fridge. So I want to use it up. I'm not going to make even more tahini sauce. But it's not hard. It's just tahini paste. Actually, I think I have some here. If I can find it. Yeah, it's just tahini paste that you buy in the supermarket. You mix with some lemon juice and some water, a little bit of garlic, and that's basically it. The process is very simple. Anyways, we're going to need this, and the rest of these are optional. Well, not really. Tomatoes, I got these little grape tomato things. I'll probably cut them in half to put in the salad, or you can get a regular old tomato and just cut it up. I like these because they're real sweet, and you just have to cut them in half. And so it's easy for me. I can't cook. The easier it is, the better. And the fewer the ingredients, the better. But now I have some optional ingredients that I'm going to use because I like them. And they are pickles. These are just like that you put on a hamburger, just your dill pickle slices because I like pickles. And what else I got here? Also pickled jalapenos, little jalapenos because I like a little heat. So jalapeno peppers. And finally I've got, this is a very, very optional ingredient. This is harissa. Harissa is a Mideastern, it's kind of a paste, like a chili paste. It's very, very spicy. So if you're thinking of using this, unless you know ahead of time that you really like spicy food, or you've tried this before and you know what it's like, I would be careful. I would sample a little bit before you drench your Israeli hot dog with it, because you're going to burn your mouth out and you're going to regret it, and you're going to end up throwing away your Israeli hot dog. So that's it. I'll put it here just to be official. So that is all the ingredients. So I'm going to just switch the camera around, and then let's start making this stuff together. First step is to make the Israeli salad. Actually, you're getting a bonus, 2 recipes in one in this vlog, because I'm going to show you how to make an Israeli salad, or the basics of an Israeli salad, everything except the dressing, because I'm just going to put the vegetables plain into the pita. But the dressing traditionally is just lemon juice and olive oil. That's all it is. Personally, I like to put, well, whatever I want. I put Italian dressing, Thousand Island. What I do, well, I'm going to show you what I do. Let's just get started on it. We start with, well, I've already made the chopped onions. I told you that. So we got the chopped onions, and I'll just set this aside for now. So the next thing would be the pepper. So I'm going to use this thing. I've shown you this before in other videos. Now, usually, or in the past, I've always shown you, this is a lot. I mean, I can sit there with a knife and just chop it up, but I like this a lot better. I usually use this one, the very fine chunks, and this is how I might do it if I were making salad for myself, but I think the big chunks are going to be better for this particular recipe. So let's get started here. I'm going to cut up this pepper. So this is how I do it. This is actually a very good way to cut up a pepper, by the way. Let me show you this. This is an interesting way to do it, which is to cut one side off, cut the other side off, and next time I would sharpen the knife, by the way, before I do this. Anyways, got my little garbage thing here. I'll put it here. All right, so then I go like this, and I cut it down, and I just open it up. It was supposed to come off in one piece. Obviously, that did not happen this time, but I just take this garbage in the middle out of it, see? And this actually should have come off of there anyways. This is life, right? And I just thought of something else. You know what I'm going to do? I need well, too late now. All right, so I really need another bowl. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll take... too late. All right, so this is going to come off of here, and now I just go like that, and I go like this and this. That ought to be small enough, and I've got all these. So now I take this. See, this goes right on top here, like that. And then just got to do this. Put this on here. And there you go. It chops it all up. See, it chops it into little pieces for me. Another one. Actually, I think I can get a couple on here at one time. See, like that. And you can see this is much faster than sitting there and chopping it up. You go there. Okay, take these. These are the rest of them. And there. All right, throw these in here. Put this aside. I've got one more pepper to do. Okay, see if this one comes out better. Let's go like this. These are little peppers too. I usually do bigger ones anyways. Put these there for now. That goes like that. Okay, see how it all came off in one piece? So this would be the situation if I were making something where I needed bigger pieces of pepper, you see, or slices of a green pepper. Then I could go like this, you see, and then just go right across and cut it all up. That's the idea behind this. But today, I'm cutting chunks. I don't want to throw this away. This is good stuff. So I'm going to cut that off. And I think I can use this whole thing here. All right, so we're good to go with this. So this is going to go, turn it around, see what I'm doing, right? Okay, that goes on there. See? And put it this way. Let's see if I can get 3 of them on here. Yeah, that's pushing it. Okay. See, but you can see how quick that is. That's why I was saying in my earlier videos, it really, if you don't like to cook and you're not good at it, really hurts. It helps to get these labor-saving devices so you don't sit there and do, I guess there are people who like to cook, they like chopping up stuff like that. So now we got the cucumbers, and now these cucumbers, cut the ends off of here. Now this could be, we'll see how this turns out, you see, because these are so narrow, for the blade that makes the smaller pieces might have been a better idea. But anyways, I guess this is about the thickness of the, come back here you. So I'm going to cut that like that, like that, like that. Now that I think of it, you know, maybe the smaller little dices would have been better. Too late now. We'll find out what happens. Okay. And then we can put this one here. Okay. But I think we can get like 3 or 4 of these in here. Let's see. Well, 3 of them. Okay. Get another one. I'm moving right along here. And I think I know what I'm going to do next. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I think, my brilliant idea, but you can see, you see how what these are? You see how it made them into these chunks? These might be too big, but we'll find out. But let me get the, okay, these are the chopped onions. These are from before. I used the same chopper. These are what the small dice looks like, see? So maybe that was better, but I think I'm going to dump them all in here. And then I've got my, because I should have had another bowl and I didn't have one, or I have one, I didn't bring it out because I wasn't thinking ahead. So now we got our tomatoes, and I can take a bunch of these, and let's see, I got a feeling this knife is going to be too, I really got to sharpen this knife. Okay, I'm just going to throw them in here like this. Another one. Now, actually, before I go too much farther, I was going to tell you, so what I do when I make salad, like I said, I hate to cook. This is a much better than an American salad. You can see it's not that big pile of just this skimpy lettuce that really has no nourishing value. This is really substantial. It's cucumbers and peppers and chopped onions, and you can throw olives in there. I mean, anything you want. So what I do, though, is because I make a whole bunch. I mean, I get a bunch of peppers, a bunch of, you can buy a package of 5 of those cucumbers all at one time, and the onions, chop it all up. I keep the tomatoes out, and then I just keep it in the refrigerator for a whole week, those ingredients, and then when I'm ready to make a salad, I would just cut up the tomatoes and then put the dressing on it and mix it into the salad. Just the little bit, I would take out just the vegetables that I need and put the rest in the fridge so the vegetables stay really fresh. That's how I would do it. So this goes here. And see, I'm cutting these up. I could probably cut these up even smaller, but you know, I'm lazy. I'm already bored with cutting these up. Grab a couple more here. And, all right. So the next part of this is what I want to try here, is I want to see if I can get this here. And just shake them up and kind of get this all mixed together, so I don't have to go find a bowl somewhere. How are we doing here? Okay, that's not going to work. All right, 1 second. I threw all that junk in the sink, so now I can just put this all in here. All right. Okay, that goes in there. Take my, I'm just trying to find a spoon or something that I can, well, here we go. Plastic fork, it'll do. I'm just going to mix this all up. I could actually use some tomatoes in here, but you can see what no, you can't see what I'm doing. Now you can see what I'm doing. All right, so going here. You know what I think? I think I have to move this way. Okay, this way. Now you can see what I'm doing a little better. All right, so this is going here. Obviously, my cinematography is as bad as my cooking, and you know what? I can see I could use some more tomatoes in here. Okay. Okay. I think that's good. All right, so we're ready to go here. That's really it. Now I just have to make the hot dogs, and the way I'm going to make the hot dogs, I'm just going to boil them. Now, if I wanted to be like a real falafel, I would deep fry the hot dogs. And deep fried hot dogs are really good, by the way. There's a place called Rutt's Hut in New Jersey. They're famous for their deep fried hot dogs. But I don't want to take out oil and bother with all that. So I'm just going to boil. I'm just going to put these in a pot and I'm going to boil them. And well, if you want to see me put them in the pot and boil them, just hang on. You won't be in suspense for long. Okay, there it is, a pot of boiling water. Whoa, bet you never saw that before, a pot of boiling water. Next step is to add the hot dogs to the boiling water. So watch this, and if you have to, you can take notes on how to add hot dogs to boiling water. But there you go. The hot dogs are in the water. Now let's just watch it come to a boil. It's, well, if you compare it to watching paint dry or grass grow, I guess this is heads and shoulders above that. But it's going to come to boil sooner or later. And then I'm just going to let them boil. So I guess you want to see that, right? You want to see the hot dogs boil. So let's just watch here and see what happens. I can see they're starting to boil already, and it's coming up. It's getting hotter. It's getting hotter. It's getting hotter. Look at that. Look at those hot dogs just getting hot there. The water just getting ready to boil. I guess I could offer a tip. Bring out your hot dogs early. Let them come to room temperature, and then the boiling will happen a lot sooner. In fact, you could put hot water in the pot and it'll come up to boiling even faster if it's already hot. But we can see, look at that, it's starting to boil. There it is. I'm going to call that boiling. So let's just let this boil. They're already cooked. Hot dogs come already fully cooked, right? That's what it says on the package. So they just got to get hot, and then we're ready to assemble our Israeli hot dogs. There it is. Voila, boiling hot dogs. Those are boiling hot dogs there. So I'm just going to let them boil for a minute, and then we're going to put together our Israeli hot dog. Time to assemble our Israeli hot dog. I hope this turns out okay. I lived in New York for a number of years, so I would watch the guys in the push carts, the halal guys they're called, selling falafels and putting them all together. So I hope I know what I'm doing here. We'll find out, okay? So here's a pita, and what they do is they take a knife and they cut off a couple pieces like that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these aside for now, but then I'm going to later dip them into this hummus that I got here. Why not, right? All right, now I should be able to open this without tearing it all apart. And I don't think I'm going to have, well, I'm already tearing it all apart. So that means everything is going to fall out. All right. Well, I've gone this far. Okay. I think I just about, okay. I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. That's as far as I'm going to go with this. All right, so what am I going to do? I'm going to take this little spreader here, and I'm going to put some hummus in here. Okay, this is the hummus. I'm going to put it inside the pita. I'm going to spread it all around here. Well, I like hummus, so I'm going to really go to town with the hummus and get it in there. Maybe it will, like this ad I see on TV, this stuff that you underwater, it seals leaks, so maybe this hummus will seal the holes that I can see I made in the pita. This is going to be a mess. I can tell you that right away. So that's the first thing you learn. If you don't know how to cook and you're making this recipe, you're going to have a mess. That's what it looks like right now. Okay, knife over there. I don't think I'm going to need this anymore either. I'll put this over here. All right, so next step is I have, remember our Israeli salad? So put this over here too. Take this here. I'm going to put some Israeli salad in here. Okay, put that there. All right, now I'm going to put some hot dogs in here, right? Put some hot dogs. There we go. Hot dogs going in. All right. It's going to be a mess, but it's going to taste okay, I think. All right, what do I got next? Oh, pickles. Pickles. Jalapenos. Or jalapenos, however you want to pronounce it. I say jalapenos. You say potato. I say jalapenos. All right, I'm going to put some more Israeli salad here. Okay. And for cosmetic reasons, I'm going to put a couple more hot dogs on top here. All right, so next step is put all this stuff aside. Oh, one more thing. Get this off of here. Oops, get this here. Well, you know what? Better shake this first. You know what? I'm going to get this out of the way too, because I'm going to be taking a picture. Someday if this gets really successful, I'm going to have a bigger channel, or a bigger channel. Well, bigger channel, but a bigger kitchen too. I really don't have any room for anything. Okay, this is a plate. This is the, God, see, everything falls apart. I gotta do all this with one hand. Oh man. Okay. Shake up my tahini sauce here and put my tahini sauce on it. Squirt this on here. Tahini sauce. I probably should have put some inside. Well, maybe I can squirt some in there. Okay. There we go. And now the next step before I try this is to do this with one hand. Take a picture, because I rate these recipes on appearance and taste. I rate them on a scale of 1 to 10 for appearance, and then I rate them on, well, pass, fail, edible or inedible. Can I eat it or not? Because if you go through this much trouble to make something, it has to be pretty bad if you're cooking and you're not going to eat it, if you're going to throw it away. So I can tell right now, I mean, it's got everything I like in it: hot dogs, hummus, tahini sauce, all the stuff I like separately. I should be good out on this, good to go. But let's see. Okay, so this is, I'm going to have to hold this with my hand and just, okay, it's one. You know what, I'm going to take a dramatic profile shot here. Let's see that. Okay, I have to rate this. I'm going to give this an 8.5. I think it looks pretty good. And the only thing left now is to taste it, which I am going to do right now. Here we go. I know I forgot something, a napkin, so I'm all messed up, but the rating is edible, definitely edible. It's good. It's good. I mean, it's got, like I said, everything I like: hot dogs, and it's got tahini, it's got hummus, and it's got salad. So we're talking real health food here. This is health food. So, and in fact, these hot dogs, I got them at Whole Foods. They're organic, you know, special hot dogs. So that's it for today. I'm going to dig into this now. I'm going to eat this. I'm going to make another one and eat that one too. I'll see you soon. You can put your comments in the comments section, and you could subscribe to know when I do my next recipe, because I don't know when I'm going to do one. I've been trying to do one a week, but you never know what's going to happen. So until then, bon appetit. Bye.